slots, as far as I'm aware of, is only possible to play against a CPU. This is the most unfortunate thing ever. What is Sega doing? They could be making stacks off of Puyo right now if the latest Puyo game just had slots. Okay, here we go. We're in round 2 of Gold Bracket right now. We've got Hiku versus Koopary. I was interested in taking a look at this match just because, well, I haven't seen either of these players play. Both of them are definitely chaining really fast. We got two strong 2-chains here. Good play on Hiku. Instead of just taking that, they had an option to really counter that. Oh, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed here. Oh, wow. Koopary just getting these quick, strong harassments stacked onto Hiku's board. Takes them out. This is definitely, compared to last, or, I mentioned last game. We're here for this game. Hiku consistently getting a lot of power 2-chains. I like it. Power 2s are very strong offensive choices. Oh, but Hiku getting power 2-chain themselves completely covers up any of their options that they had. They were able to set off their full chain and a harassment to the side, but taking that garbage locked them out of anything. I haven't mentioned any of these players' change forms too. Looks like Hiku has classic GTR, while Koopary going for something else here. Can't say I know the chain form. I'm noticing a trend. I do not know these chain forms. Oh, a strong attack from Koopary, but Koopary's tall build there allows them to tank it, but so does Hiku's. Hiku gets a power 3 here. Oh, actually, a power 3 into a 4. Koopary has enough time to react here and set off an interesting chain there that works really well. Hiku, on the other hand, still ready with their chain. Oh, never mind. Missing a yellow, or it cut. Loses the round. Koopary taking a small lead here. Koopary definitely takes some harassments at the start of the match, I've noticed. But definitely turns it around on Hiku. Hiku not taking any chances here, goes straight for their full chain and even cuts those purples there. The tail's going to be a little weaker than it could be. Let's see if they needed it. Oh, Koopary not able to pull up the purple they need there to set off the rest of their tail. Hiku takes their first win. Ensuring Koopary doesn't have a easy time there. Interesting play how generally you're at a disadvantage setting off your chain first, but Koopary simply wasn't ready. Also, I've noticed Hiku builds their GTR in a very just an odd way. I mean, usually GTR's built first, but Hiku definitely builds it a bit later in the chaining order. But in turn is able to get strong tails. Hiku look like they're struggling. I'm just noticing a lot of pieces that don't contribute much to the chain. Hiku goes for the full chain. Koopary gonna need greens here, but it's just not getting them. And doesn't have enough time either to even get them. Hiku making a lot closer here. Like to see it. Hiku still is something of a GTR, but definitely weakened by the fact that those 3 blues connect at the top of it. Oh, Hiku's reliance on those blues there. Koopary was able to notice that. Unable to set off their full chain in time for Koopary's long, decisive harassment. See, Hiku building on GTR definitely a lot later in the build order. Building really flat and clean on top of that chain. This is Koopary's chance definitely to attack. The weakness of a flat chain... The weakness of a flat chain is just that it's a lot easier to attack. Oh, unfortunately Koopary here really cuts off the chain, but Hiku, something went wrong with their chain. Can't say I identified it, but it's definitely looking a bit messy. Koopary is going to get hit hard by this harassment with how flat their chain was, but they did? Oh no, oh wow, okay. I hate to just commentate with a wow there, but I just noticed how they placed their green in the ghost row. They were able to get a little more safe with that, and now they're setting up 6 chain actually here. Ooh, but Hiku does dig down into their chain. Gets their transition. But in turn, Koopary gets their chain off. Oh, but they don't have the red in order to get their tail activated. Definitely rough there. That was an exciting round. Just a lot of back and forth right there. We got another GTR from Hiku, a more sandwich style chain from Koopary. A little poke there into another poke. Hiku almost punished for a greedy move. Wow. Koopary just like setting off the chain in intervals there. Was able to attack until Hiku got their chain off. But will this pressure pay off? It looks like they were able to barely get their chain off in time. Unfortunately, it cuts their tail a little bit. And those blues don't connect? That was rough to see. They cut their tail a little bit there, and this follow-up 6. This is what I was talking about. It's really hard to follow gold bracket here. I mean, something seemingly decisive happens, and just so much other things just happen that you're just not ready to call out. Fantastic gameplay here. Hiku making a little bit of a comeback. Hiku going for a power 2, but ooh. Koopary not ready. Power 2s are just such a basic but just strong attack that you can just pull off. Especially if you, it resolves so quickly that it's really hard to react to. You have to see the signs beforehand your opponent is setting off that attack. Koopary building tall here, not too affected by this harassment. Ooh. Didn't quite get the red they needed to offset that better. Hiku digs down to their tail. Or their main chain. Has a really strong tail. Koopary also gets the chain off. Ooh. I did power there, but because that was the last link in the chain, the power wasn't as devastating. So unfortunately they did get outchained pretty hard there. Hiku brings us to match point. Hiku definitely behind at the start. I find the gameplay a lot more in focusing a bit more on chaining rather than attacks. I am noticing the tail that they're building. How the purples at the back of the chain connect to the front once those blues resolve. Hiku going for an attack here. A very strong attack that... Ooh, Hiku takes out Koopary with a strong attack there. Wow, really well played. I mean, that was really hard to follow. Lots of big chains and attacks mixed together really well. Hiku making an actual comeback here. Well played. That was a good round.